All right. So let me just hit the share screen. So welcome everyone to the first meeting of the year, January 2021. Hopefully a better year than 2020.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's hope is all we can. That's all we can do is hope. Yeah.
Well, as of today, it got better.
It very much so. Yes, very much so. There was that collective sigh. Exactly.
The world's a safer place already.
Yep, exactly. So, yep. All right, I'm just going to get the screen shared here. Share screen. Slideshow.
Tom, you look like the Night Stalker there. Only black.
It's probably best for everyone if my face is in the dark.
And Tom, I need you to send or throw up on Facebook sometime your one-year build, a picture of the box art.
The box art? Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, so.
I can send you a
That's fine.
picture of the Felix Stowe art box art. That'd be no
Oh,
problem.
there we go. I should have thought of that. Damn it. That would have been good.
I think it's in the quiz.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had to go back and I couldn't find it. So if you just get a chance, just shoot me a link
Okay.
or something. That would be awesome. Okay, so anyway, one more. So again, welcome to the January 2021 meeting of IPMS London. Glad to see you all here. We're just going to hit the slideshow here. Oh, so I hit the right one. There you go. All right, you guys seeing the slideshow?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Okay, hang on. I got to reshare it. All right. That's why I got the wrong share. Stop sharing. It's because I didn't start the slideshow first. Let's try that again. There you go. Let's try this one. All right. Now you should see it.
Yes.
All righty. So, so the usual thing, the agenda. Just remember, guys, if you're not talking, don't forget if you can mute your mics. So in case you're working or something, we don't have to hear you sanding and all that. Club business, we don't really have any. Obviously, we're still in lockdown, so nothing's changed with the library. We do appreciate you guys updating us with if any of you are IPMS Canada members, so we can update our lists and stuff like that. Jeff, do you have anything to add?
Nope, nothing to add.
All right.
I'm gonna throw in a little bit of maybe club business here, which is the Guelph guys announced they're having their show on November 13th.
Yes, they've put that in for welcome. So we really hope things are better.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. You know, IPMS Nationals in the States, they're not going to start registration until April, but they're still hoping to get theirs in. So it'll be interesting to see. All right. So let's just move right into it.
Another set of hands.
Oh, sorry. What was that, William? Bill?
No, sorry, my bad. I was asking my wife something.
Okay. That's okay. Want me to mute you?
I'll mute myself.
Okay. All right, so we'll just get right onto it. The one-year build award. So this was the previous list of who entered the one-year builds. Based on what I see here, I don't think anyone who hasn't submitted is here tonight. Just looking at my list here. So I know we received a couple of photos.
You missed me on there.
Did you complete it?
Yeah, it was my Ford GT.
All right, that's fine. I haven't done. That's why I'm asking.
All right.
All right, we'll include that. Hang on.
We kept you off on purpose, Dave. I mean, you can only have your name on twice, right? So.
Meh.
Meh.
You got me.
You know what? I forgot you as well. See, this is my world. I do apologize, guys. It's been really nuts. So hang on, I'm just making a note here. I'm just adding you two to the spreadsheet. All right. So that's done. That's done.
Is this everybody who finished?
No, this is the original list. So people who finished, I know George did. Bill, you finished yours, right?
From last year?
Bill, no, Bill Dawson, who's currently
Oh,
muted.
sorry.
He's muted and he's trying to give us an excuse. Bill, you're muted, buddy.
Mine is finished,
Okay,
but
Thank you.
it's a diorama of the assembly line.
that's, oh.
Well, we gotta see it. I'm not buying it till I see it.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
No, it's not.
I love it. I love it. All right. I finished my Valkyrie. Dave and Mary finished theirs. I haven't heard from Peter. Haven't heard from Adam. Hmm?
I finished mine.
Okay. Yep. Norm, I got you already down here. I haven't heard from Jerry. And then we also have Dave and Dawn who finished theirs, right?
You hear from Bob McConkey?
No.
No.
No, haven't seen a thing. All right. So let me just go throw those into random.org. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to assign a number to each of them. Hit the thing. And our official winner is of the, what's the, I always forget the name we have on the actual top of the plaque, Dave. Show us the plaque. And unmute yourself, buddy. Sorry.
Sir, Walter P. Warren Award.
The Walter P. Ward Award. This year's winner is Mr. George Ray.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go for
what
your
an honor.
C47 Pinocchio. So
Excellent.
there you go. So what will happen is we'll get your name added to the official plaque, and hopefully when COVID's done, we'll arrange to get you the plaque. Right now, it's living at Mr. Gerton's house.
Yay.
Thank you.
So congratulations, sir.
Thank you
And,
very much.
All right, so I'm going to quickly go through. I found some stuff of the build. See, see, Dave, I included your thing here. I don't know why I added that to the list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I've missed you, again, my apologies. And if you have the kit there, you can show us at the end. It's just like I say, guys, it's just been nuts. So Dave, just give us a brief overview of this wonderful kit again you built.
So that's the Revell 124 scale 4 GT. That's the Le Mans 2017 kit. Built straight out of the box. The only thing I added to that was I added the antenna on top, which is made from Albion Alloys, like the really fine stuff. And the picture went away, Stuart.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
There it
Sorry,
is.
buddy.
That's okay. The paints I used on it, I used zero paints, so it's color matched the actual race car. They're beautiful paints. The clear on there was Tamiya LP9 gloss lacquer. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. It's my first race car, so I had a lot of fun learning how to do polishing and all that stuff. And you know, I put a wash on the wheels to dirty those up a little bit and stuff. But I did it pretty much nice and clean. There's photos of the car that won the Le Mans that year, and man, these things get beat up and they get dirty in those races, right? So, but I wanted to do my showroom clean. So, for anybody doing cars or want to do cars, the Tamiya polishes, there's 3 grits of polish, and then they got a wax. It does a phenomenal job. I got a project on the go right now. It's the same way. So, was a fun kit. The little antenna on top of it was Albion Alloys, so it's a piece of 0.4 millimeter tubing with a piece of 0.2 millimeter rod stuck in it. So that was a bit of a trick to get that on there, but it was fun. It gives it a little bit of extra detail. So
Very
yeah, it was a
cool.
fun kit.
That's an awesome build, buddy.
All right, so the next one's my Valkyrie VF1 Hasegawa 172nd. This one I think I bought from Aaron years ago at a swap meet. I really enjoyed it. Basically built out of the box. I did use a return to kit form mask for the canopy. And this is also the first time I used the new Aqueous from Mr. Hobby, their new acrylic based paint line. This is the off-white, and it went on very well. Interesting build, and I know Jeff's built one of these as well. You really have to look all the way through the instructions, because there's a couple of points, if you're not careful, you'll put the wrong thing on. For example, they have a gun pod below, and since they build these kits that can transform, this one doesn't, they have a standard like pistol grip for the gun pod in the molding. And you think, oh, maybe you put that in, and you don't. So if you're not careful, you'll end up putting the wrong part on. But once you kind of go through it, I think the next time I build one, I would definitely change the build order slightly. But no, other than that, the Aqueous paint comes out like a semi-gloss, and for an off-white, it went on very well. Yeah, pretty well. Not much else to talk about, but it was a fun little build, and I'm definitely looking forward. I want to build a bunch more of these Macross kits. Very, very fun build. Okay, George, this is the winning build.
Okay, this is Pinocchio. This is Canadian Forces C-47 that was converted in '62. They stuck on the nose of a 104 Starfighter, complete with a radar system in it, and they used the plane as a trainer for brand new 104 Starfighter pilots to learn how to use the radar navigation in that fighter. I got the nose. Tim was good enough to donate a Starfighter kit to me, so I chopped off the nose from it and figured out how to stick it on this plane. Jeff provided me some photos from the internet that he found of the actual aircraft, and plus there was some other photos there too. So I was able to kind of look at that and add the different antenna that you see on the bottom of the plane. Some little bumps and blisters here and there. The exhaust wasn't what the kit came with, so I had to build some sprue and wire and try to replicate the exhaust modifications that had been done to the plane. I added some strip inside the interior to build up the interior detail so I could pose the cargo doors open. And then I got the decals from Leading Edge. I had picked them up years ago, thinking I might use them somehow, and they came in very handy on this one. I used Alclad metal paints to try to get that shiny aluminum finish I saw in the photographs. So there's a couple of different hues there, and the rest of the colors I just matched up from the internet as best I could. So it took a simple kit and made a big conversion to it. And the first time I've ever done this kind of conversion on a kit to make it look like something different. So it was very different work coming up with ideas to match the details from the internet, but fun nevertheless.
Very good. Well done. Okay, Dave, want to unmute yourself? This is your U-boat. I got two pictures here of it.
You guys should have 3 pictures.
Yeah, the other one unfortunately was completely fuzzy. I had a great picture of your paintbrushes, sadly.
Oh. Well, this is a 3 feet long. I couldn't get it all in one on my camera, take the picture all as one. So I had to break it down into 3. It's the German submarine that was sold, or not sold. The Americans,
Captured?
the Americans capture.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's 3 feet long. It's the torpedo bays. I left the doors open.
Looks good. I thought I had a second picture. My apologies, Dave. I just got the one.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get it up there. So that's very nice. And then I believe the next one's Mary's. So you can tell us
Right.
about that one.
It's a T-55 Russian tank. I helped her build it. I spray painted it for her, airbrushed it, I mean. And I forget the size of it. I said a 360, I believe. It's the biggest tank you can buy.
I think it was the 1/16 because I remember you guys brought it out to to one of the club
Right.
meetings. Yeah, it's a big kit. Very nice.
All those small square blocks on the front
Yeah,
had to be put on by hand one at a time.
yeah, it's pretty typical. Very nice.
But
Very
it
nice.
turned out good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Extend our compliments. All right. Now, is there anyone else? Because there must be other people here who had their 1-year builds. Do you have them with you? Do you want to share them? My apologies. Anyone? Bueller? No? Okay. We'll get on to the 2021. And as I said, we were collecting a lot of pictures here, there, and everywhere. So there's a couple of cases where I didn't have pictures. So again, my apologies. Between Jeff and I will make sure we have a complete list, we'll post it and we'll make sure we're not missing anyone. So Norman, this is your beastie first.
Yeah, that's, I acquired this through some friends up in Barrie, rather inexpensively, so I just couldn't resist. And it's a very detailed kit. It's got all the goodies in it, right down to the wiring, the plumbing, the springs for suspension.
New voice messages. To play your messages, press 1.
Very
to record
nice.
a message, press 2. To manage your greetings, press 3. To access your personal
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun build.
Okay, Bill. Is Bill here?
Yep.
Bill's here. There he is.
Yeah, Ravel Curtis midget racer just picked it up on a whim in a basically like a thrift shop. Really don't know what to say about it other than it looked kind of cool, and I had some ideas about it and thought I'd give it a shot. And I haven't done a car in 40 years, so
There you go. And it comes with a trailer. So you're doing the car and the trailer.
yep. And it's got the engine in it seems to be sort of halfway decent detailed, so we'll see what we can do with that. Again, haven't ever tried doing that before, so
Awesome.
something to have fun with and try new things.
Awesome. Excellent. All right. Next up is Johnny.
Yeah, this is Pencil 1:35 scale from refill model. It has full interior and it has some clear parts, as you can see in the side of the box. Yeah, I think it will take a long time to finish it, but I don't really want to start it until maybe March because I just finished full interior kit. And I want to have some rest right now.
Nothing wrong with that. So as long as you get it done by the end of the year. It looks nice though. And I'm sure it'll be a fabulous job based on your King Tiger.
Thank you.
Okay, Frank.
So basically, the kit that came after Johnny's from RFM, this is the same tank, full interior. It comes with basically you can get the molding. It's all cut away, so it's like a museum kind of looking piece. So this is my 1 year build, an absolute ridiculous amount of parts, of course. And inspired by Jeff a little bit, I'm going to try to put a couple of LEDs in there just so that I can kind of turn it on, highlight the interior. I've never done that. So Jeff, expect some emails.
Yeah, no, that looks great. I'm just pleased that I had you right. I had you done for the same thing. And when Johnny said, what about mine? I figured I'd done it wrong.
No. And like, if you can see on the camera, right, like this is my hand and you can just see just how massive this
wow.
kit, and Johnny knows, right? There's like a ridiculous amount of, because it's got sprues to do either like the fully enclosed kit or to do this cutaway. So I'm basically challenge accepted. My wife bought it for a birthday present, and being a professor and 2 months off in the summer, I know what I'm doing.
There you go. No, that's kind of neat. I like that idea.
That's gorgeous.
Very good. Gorgeous.
And we can now compare you and Johnny against each other. We'll have
All right, Alf. Is Alf here? Did I see Alf tonight?
No, Alf is on a conference call with China.
He's on a Is he like having a word with them and saying, release our two guys?
No, apparently he's talking with his equivalents over in the Far East.
I don't know. Does Alf have an equivalent? Just saying.
Well, no, it would be an interesting conversation anyway.
I'm sure it would be. All right. Well, Alf's doing the 135th, the Werbowen, the flak tank from Academy. So we'll continue. Mr. Bernard, who I believe is just joining us. Looks like he stepped out. I don't know how long he was waiting. So I will come back to him. If not, we'll come back. I'm doing even though I swore I'd never do a 172nd Warbird again, I am doing one. I had one in the stash and it's got some photo etch and I got the mask for it, etc. I think I'm going to do it in the Coastal Command scheme, not do the normal camouflage on it. These are Tamiya, they're shake and bake, so I think it's a good choice. All right, Mr. Girton.
So this is a release of the X15 in 1/32 scale. It's got a ton of resin in there. So the engine, this is before the XLR 99 engine was ready for the really high speed runs. They stuck a couple of these smaller XLR 11s in here, which is the same engine that was on, the Bell X1, right, when it broke the sound barrier. So they just put 2 of those in the back of this thing. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do this. I've got 2 of these. I've also got the A2 version with the tanks and this extended and stuff like that. So I figured, why not? This is going to be fun with metallics and shades of black. So I've been collecting all kinds of blacks for years. There's NATO black and rubber black and all these other metallic blacks that are kicking around. So it'll be fun to do all the shading and stuff. You look at pictures of these aircraft and they were very panelized with different metals and stuff because they were always replacing panels. And every time this rocket plane flew, they were doing experiments and stuff, right? So they kept changing all kinds of stuff on it. So I think it'll be kind of neat. You get a ground dolly as well, so I'll do it sitting on the ground, which means the ventral fin will be off and sitting to the side, but it'll be kind of fun anyways. I love this aircraft. I've read a ton of books on it, so it was an incredible program.
So 1/32 will be a good size.
It's big. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really big. So
It's a bit, and you're not planning to try and find a 1/32 scale B-52.
I wish you could get a balls 8 and 32nd scale, because I would be completely opposed to that. I don't know where the hell I'd put it.
I think you'd have to have a heavy negotiating session with your wife.
Yeah.
About building a new wing on the house.
Yeah. It'd hang nice from a ceiling somewhere. It'd be kind of cool in my den, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
You could take pictures of it dropping into a pool.
Yeah.
You could do that too, yeah. So I just heard from another room. My wife says she would love to have it displayed in the house. So she's happy to have my art in the house. Her art's in the house. My daughter's art's all over the house.
There you go.
She likes having my models. I got a display case in the living room with models in it. So
good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Greg's joined us now. Hi, Greg. We're going to go back to yours. This is your 1-year build, sir.
It is. Am I on?
You are on, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm planning on doing, this has been a long-term project of mine, is the very front one there, AWM. It was actually flown by the guy that's in that picture, is an old friend of mine from years ago. This is where I got the picture from. And so they were here in London, 59 through 61 or something like that. And that airplane is currently still flying from its owner, Dave Marco, in Florida. And it's one of the 2 Sizzlin' Liz paint schemes that's out there. But one of these days, maybe if we really hit the jackpot, we'll be able to bring the actual airplane back to London and repatriate it. But that'll be the long term. I've got the Tamiya kit for it. And I've also got I can't remember who I got it from, but it's for the rocket stubs to go on the bottom. So it'll be painted up like that.
Very nice. Very, very nice looking aircraft. Okay, let's go back. I think Carrie was next.
Yeah, so this is the Hasegawa 148 scale Phantom FG1. So it's the first version of the Phantom that the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force received. So I'm pretty well going to be doing it out of the box. There's some additional aftermarket stuff that came with the kit when I purchased it that I'm going to add to it. But yeah, and even in those markings.
Nice.
A little side story on this kit was that I bought it down at it was one of the regional shows down in the States when we could still travel to the States, and somebody was selling off the kits of a gentleman who had passed away, and all the proceeds were going to the local club. So this kit appeared, and I was amazed that it was still there when I got to it, but it looked like it was just one kit. But while I was looking at it, I hadn't opened the box yet. The guy who was looking after the table said, "You need to look inside." And I looked inside, and there was actually 2 full kits and a whole lot of aftermarket.
Wow.
And so I looked at the end thinking, okay, this is going to cost a fortune. And it was $60 Canadian. It was like 50 US.
Nice.
So, okay, my wallet, put down the money, And and it's been aging perfectly on my shelf until now. And now it's ready to be built.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Hey, I just got to say, from a glance over to your picture there, you look like an astronaut with your helmet off. The thing with that.
Yeah.
Oh, his hoodie. Yeah. His Cowboys hoodie.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
yeah.
I missed the logo.
That's right.
All right. Peter's.
How's this, Jeff?
There you go.
I think that's more appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, Peter's not here, but looks like he's doing this perfect grade RX 78. I know, Johnny, you were asking him about it. Can you give us any kind of more details about this sort of kit?
Yeah, this is the newest release by Bandai. It's like this Gundam is the first one in the series, like the most original one from Gundam. But they add a lot of detail every time they release a new kit. Like it's a lot different than the ones in the original anime. But it's very cool. It has a lot of interior. You can see his bones.
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah, the bones. Now this is 72nd if it's perfect grade. 1/72nd. What's the scale? What would it be? Or 1/100th.
PG should be 1 to 60 or what? Yeah, 1 to 60.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
really big. I guess it will be like this big.
Yeah, fairly high. Yeah, that's what I recall too. Because I think I remember seeing the box at Neo and it was pretty big. So, all right. Thanks, Johnny.
No problem.
Okay, John. Is John here tonight? I didn't see John. Nope. So John's going to build the Mirage F1 from Special Hobbies, the F1C C200, 1/72nd scale. So he's going to be building that. I do like Mirages. They're nice. I've got to build one sometime. Okay. So is there anyone else who have, now I know Harold, you had yours. Do you want to just show your box? The box, let me just spotlight it. You were going to be building a B-52.
Hang on.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I said, don't toss it. Let me unshare the screen and we'll get you spotlighted here. All right, this is Harold's.
It's a Model Collect B-52G. On the box, it shows the one that crashed at Palomares, but I'm building a PSYOP B-52G in the green, tan color scheme with Nigel's modeling bench aftermarket. And yeah.
Very good.
A little bit of Edward.
Very good. Okay, anyone else?
I got this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Jeff, hang on. I'll spotlight you. What's Jeff building here? A Soviet 2K11A TEL with 9M something, 8M missile, the Krug, SA-4 Gannet.
Yeah, the SA-4 anti-aircraft missile, one of the first ones that the Soviets built. I just got it because it kind of looks like something out of Thunderbird.
Yep, it does. That'll be fun. Let's see.
Hi.
Sorry, did someone else have? Yeah, yep.
Pablo.
Oh, Pablo, how are you?
Hey, long time, guys.
Yep. Okay, what are you
So-
building, Pablo? Let me spotlight you here,
Hey,
my friend.
so I have this Hurricane 1/32nd scale, and I'm going to remove all the rivets. It's in reality, it says Mark II, but in reality, we know it's a Mark I, and they put there the cannons, but I'm going to take all the rivets, repanel it. I am going to scratch build the interior because it's pretty basic. So this is going to, for sure, take me a full year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Hasegawa plane model, this one, and I'm going to build it at the same time. And then as I take the parts for the interior, then I'm going to copy them. I'm going to expand and make them 150% bigger to take them to 1/32nd, and then scratch build, then using as a template the 1/48th and do the 1/32nd for this one.
Covering all your bases, all your scales too.
Yes.
All right, Tom, let me just spotlight you here. There you go, sir.
Yeah, this is a 1/72 scale Tamiya Bf 109 E3. As I pointed out in my poll where this was decided, there's a distinct lack of ambition. I should not take very long to get this done, but I'm realistic and I probably won't get it done anyway. So
well, we're just
I like Tim's approach of trying to finish the ones he's got going instead, but I'm a sucker for this every year.
That's all right. Again, we're just annoyed you didn't put the Felix stole in the poll. That's all.
Good luck with that.
Okay, is there anyone else?
Yeah, George is here.
George, let me get you spotlighted. There
Sure,
you go, sir.
I didn't send you a picture, but I got this for Christmas.
Ooh.
I've already ordered some aftermarket stuff from Hannett's, new resin engines and some interior edge pieces. Probably going to do it in the aluminum finish instead, and maybe even might try like a diorama base.
Nice.
As something new I've never done before. So we'll give it a try.
Very good. Yeah, I should point out, I was mentioning to a couple of people before we got recording, is Hannett's now shipping again to Canada, and the pound is like ridiculously low compared to the dollar. So the temptation's certainly there. Yeah. So compared to what I'm used to seeing, that's very, very dangerous. I know. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go.
Richard? Oh, yeah, that's right. You had changed your thing, hadn't you?
Yeah, I was going to do a Williams FW14B.
Yep.
Pop Studio decided to release their ECU and radiator set. So it's going to take me a couple months to get that. And I presume they're going to release an engine detail upset later on in the year.
Makes
so I'm going to
sense.
put that off for a little while. And I'm going to go do a Ferrari F1 2000 with a super detail upset.
Very nice. What scale is that going to be?
120th.
120th. So definitely a good size.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For sure.
Awesome. All right. Let me just unspotlight you there. Anyone else? Go. Oh, yep. Murray.
Yeah. Can I go get my? It's in the next room.
Of course you can. Yeah. Go. Go on.
Be right with you.
Off you go, sir. Anyone else while we're waiting for Murray? No.
I say this is probably the most competitive year we've had.
This is good. I like it.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Kubiak has also added something too.
Yes.
Through the webs, through the Facebook.
Yeah, that was late today. Yeah, I saw that.
What? Ed Kubiak? Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great
Wilds
for
of
him.
Owen Sound. From the wilds of Owen Sound. Yep.
Mia Mobile Wagon.
No, that's fine. So we'll just wait for Murray to come back and we'll see what he's got.
I got 3 questions.
Yes, sir.
One's to you.
All right.
Where are you getting this metal color?
I got that. Most of that I think I got at Brofdale's, if I recall. Either Brofdale's or I'm trying to think. I might have got it from McCormick's years ago, but I want to say Brofdale's.
Is this the Alclad?
The Alclad or the Vallejo?
Well,
It's
still has both.
Vallejo.
Brofdale's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brofdale has Vallejo, and they had a small bunch of Alclad too.
Yep.
Okay, don't run away, Jeff. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Where do you get the lights to put in the models?
I ordered those from. I'm losing my mind now. I got them online. I ordered from a guy in the States who builds specific kits for the models. Because I really didn't understand much about the lighting, but I have a better idea of it now. And so you could just order packages of LEDs for a lot cheaper and resistors, but you still have to do soldering and all that kind of stuff, Dave. I don't know if you're comfortable with that.
And I got another question. I guess it's to all the club. Where is everybody getting the old kits?
From their stash. They've had them for years.
From my stash.
A lot of it's just, yes, I think a lot of people shows when we get back to doing shows or eBay.
Right.
I've got a couple of groups of kits occasionally on Facebook Marketplace, but it's kind of like the last bastion. I mean,
Because I tried to get the creature from the Black Lagoon, but no such luck.
Yeah. Carrie, you're going to say something there?
There's a Facebook page. It's specifically for Canadians. I think it's called Canadian Buy, Sell, Trade Models. It's run by a guy in Ottawa, but guys post there regularly, and there's quite a number of them that are posting older kits. Not necessarily just aircraft or military, but some of the ones that kind of like what Dave mentioned, some of the cool stuff. So that might be worth the effort.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sirs.
No problem, sir. Murray, I'm going to put the spotlight on you, sir. Okay, what do you got?
Oh,
the classic MPC Stuka. Is that the 24th one?
Yeah, it's the 124th.
Yeah.
It's big.
I think it's going to be quite impressive.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good. Yep.
Yeah, anyway, there you go.
There you go. Okay, we'll make sure we include you in there. So I think what we'll do, Jeff, we'll just post a list on Facebook, and we'll send an email. And if anyone's missing, you know what? We always say, if you want to join up in 3 months from now, that's fine too. Like you just got to have it done.
Yeah.
So, that's cool as well. So, that's great. Okay. Let me turn off the spotlight. So now we're going to have, Richard was nice enough to do a video talking about how to do a showroom finish on a 1/24th car body. So Richard, I'm just going to put the spotlight if you want to do a quick little introduction, and I'll just get it queued up. And we're hoping this is going to work I'll play the video from my computer. If for some reason it doesn't, then I'm going to post it on YouTube tonight to the club's YouTube, and you can all enjoy it there. So Richard, you want to do an intro?
Yeah, basically just spraying 2K clear coat on a 124 clear body, 124 car body. There's not too much to it. I had to film it in 720p, so the footage doesn't really do the car too much justice, but it is what it is. I didn't really want to have to pay for software, so I used the free demo instead. So
no, that's fine.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoy it.
All right, let me just see if I can get this to work, guys. So bear with me for a second. So we're going to share the screen. We want to make sure we include sound. Share sound. All right, we're going to go share. All right, are you guys seeing the start of the video? Airbrushing. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to try playing it, and hopefully you'll hear the sound, guys. If you don't, someone start waving.
Welcome to Airbrushing 2K Clear.
You turn it up?
I'm going to try.
Getting the best finish.
That's as high as it will go, I think, guys. Hang on.
Warning, 2K can be highly dangerous. Make sure you wear proper PPE. Gloves, respirator, long sleeves, and a spray booth or proper ventilation.
That's about the best I can do, guys.
Always dust off your model. Make sure there's no dust or debris caught underneath the clear coat. This could be a disaster if found out after it dries. Also, another good point to remember is always preparation is key. The more you prep, the better your finish will be. This by far is the best 2K to use. I've used a couple of 2Ks, and this one by far outperforms them all. Gravity 2K. From Gravity Colors in Spain. The mixing ratio is 3 parts 2K, 1 part thinner to 1 part activator. Working time is approximately 40 to 45 minutes. Items needed for this will be 3 pipettes and a medicine cup.
Another thing I'll note
Be sure not to mix the pipettes up. If you do, this will cause your 2K to activate and go bad in the bottle. Always be sure to put them aside when you're done with them. Here you will see me mixing 6mm 2K, 2mm of activator, and 2mm of thinners. Be precise as you can when you're mixing your 2K. This way you will get the best possible finish from your material. Coat number 1. There are always a few things to remember when spraying your first coat. One of the main things being, for sure, to control your spray pattern. Light coats at first. You want to see an almost semi-gloss finish. Too wet, too fast will run the 2K and make it look not so good. Make sure to airbrush all parts evenly and get them at all angles.
Also, if you're doing a car with
A
lots
good
of
even
decals,
tack
you're going to
coat
want to do like 3 or 4
ensures
light coats.
the clear adheres better when you apply the wetter coats later on. For coat number 2, the idea is to spray slightly heavier, but not soaking the paint on at the same time. The idea really is to get that semi-gloss tack coat. Be sure to hit every angle. You may have missed something on the first coat. Just remember, take your time and be sure to cover everywhere and get a nice tack coat. Slightly wetter than the first one, but not too wet. Okay, now for the fun part. The wet coat. The wet coat is best applied as wet as you can get it without running. Simple as that. If you can get it not to run and look wet, you're good. As you can see by me turning the car there's a little bit of a shine coming off it already. The wetter you get it, the more it shines. Next we'll cover orange peel. Uh-oh, I've noticed a little bit of orange peel in my paint. That's okay with 2K clear. As long as it's still wet, it can be fixed. All you have to do is spray another wet coat over top and cover the rest of the car evenly and you'll be fine. I airbrushed the 2K a little thicker on this paint job because I plan on giving it a good polish before it's finished. I had no orange peel left on this coat, however, I decided to give it one final clear just to make sure it was glossy on every surface of the car. I do this because I like to polish my cars back and I don't want to burn through it. In retrospect, I probably should have mixed less. I found that 10 mil was probably more suitable for two 1/25th scale cars as opposed to just one. However, like any model, it's all a learning experience. Have you ever wondered how guys who build cars get such clear coats? Well, here's how. When they spray 2K, they cover up whatever they've sprayed. This stops any residual dust from falling on the car and getting into the clear coat and sticking. I keep the Rubbermaid bucket on for at least an hour. Then after that, I will check on the model. If the model is good and tack free, then I'll leave it for another 7 days. You're now left with a near showroom perfect finish. All you did, all your hard work has paid off. What a beauty. I now place the container over top of the model for the next 7 days. This way, the 2K can cure without any dust getting in the clear coat.
And there we go. Richard, thank you very much.
Richard?
He's muted. He's muted. He's so used to hearing his own voice, he's putting himself to sleep.
Sorry, I hope I didn't bore you guys too much.
No, that was good.
Jeff, two questions. What pressure do you spray at when you're using that stuff?
Depending on your airbrush, I usually go myself. I sprayed about 28 pounds.
28?
Yeah.
Okay. And the second question is, you say you take it off after about the Tupperware off after about an hour. What are you checking for?
I'm just checking to see if it's still sticky. If it's still sticky, it's still too wet, so you have to cover it more. I'll touch like the bottom of it where nobody will really see it.
So it's an opportunity if you had to do touch up.
Yeah.
What is this 2K stuff? I've never heard of 2K.
It was primarily used in the car industry for a bunch of years because it's a relatively easy clear coat to apply. But I don't know if it's used too commonly anymore. I don't think it is because there's long-term exposure effects. Like if you're breathing it in for hours and hours a day, you're going to make yourself sick. It's basically like airborne super glue. So breathing it in isn't really too good for you. So if you're going to be spraying it, wear a respirator and have a booth.
Right. Where do you get it?
I order mine from a place called Gravity Colors in Spain, but there's a couple other places that produce it. You can get it off Amazon. You can get it all over.
Okay.
And zero paints makes the 2K clear as well. But you can get a 2K from zero paints. Yeah.
What's that stuff thinned with?
It's got its own thinner. I'm not really sure what it's thin with exactly. It just comes with a thinner, and it comes in a 3-bottle pack with your activator, your 2K, and your thinner. So you just mix out of that stuff, basically.
Almost sounds like something you need a permit to import.
I haven't needed one yet.
No, I'm just saying activator, thinner, and
yeah,
it probably stinks to high heaven as you're saying. Any other questions? No, they're all stunned into silence, Richard. So that we really appreciate that. We appreciate you taking the time. I'm going to upload that if that's okay to the IPMS YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
People can check that out. So, all right, let me just go back to my slides. I think we were just about done. We're just going to have general chit chat, I think, at this point.
I think I saw Mike Hill joined us.
I see Mike.
And I wondered if Mike, I don't know if Mike was here when we did the 2021 year build, or if he was looking to put one on the list.
I don't know. He'll have to unmute himself and tell us.
I've got enough on my plate. I would not be entering the 21 year build.
Okay.
He builds enough anyway. Between him and his dad, I don't know who's built the most kits this year.
Well, that was what I figured it would be like a no-brainer. Mike just has to when he's already going to build and just, yeah, I'll do it for the year build. What the hell?
Well, I don't know. He sent me an email of his builds and then his dad's builds, and the title for his dad's build, you just went, holy shit. And it's right. His dad's just, holy cow. So yeah, speaking of that, I am gonna get the gallery up. I was a bit overwhelmed, gentlemen. After about the 4th or 5th person, I was still up to 50 slides. So I'm gonna have a think how I'm gonna do that. You guys have all done very well. I'm just gonna leave it at that. As Mike says, holy shit. So I will get that up as soon as I can. I'm going to figure out how to do that. So any other general conversation? I think most of you know a long stalwart finally had its slow death. Squadron Hobbies finally kicked the bucket. They actually did declare bankruptcy today. I saw a post. I know there was some people talking about old stories. I remember Larry Watson and I going down to the Michigan store about 30 something years ago. And at the time it was like, holy cow, what a great place. And getting those flyers in, those blue and white flyers in every month with all the new goodies. Those of us of a certain age will certainly remember that. Anyone else have any funny stories they want to share?
I have one, but it has nothing directly regarding Squadron itself. But shortly after I moved to London, a high school buddy of mine, he was also into plastic models at the time, and we heard that Squadron Detroit was closing. And so we decided to take advantage of their closing sale. So this was like a Wednesday or Thursday. We both took a day off work. which was dumb in the first place. But anyways, so we get to the border in Detroit, and the border guard decided to be curious as to why these two adult men were at her crossing in the middle of the week. And she was just going back and forth between myself and my friend's name was Alan, and giving us the gears, like asking us where we worked, why did we have the day off, where did we live, and repeating the questions, hoping to trip us up. And suddenly she looked behind us, and when you're crossing the border, there's a stop sign that you have to stop at so that the cameras can see your license plate.
Yeah.
Well, the person behind me pulled up too close behind me, and suddenly this guard, she just lost all interest in us altogether. She just pointed at me and said, "You're on your way, get going." And then she started screaming and yelling at the guy behind me, because I thought for sure she was going to turn us around and say, "Nope, you're not coming in today." So then I went to squadron and was mildly disappointed. But anyways, that was that was my one squadron story.
I love it. I love it.
Sounds like you're on the edge of a body cavity search, so that would have been troublesome.
Well, you know what? I mean, she was pushing hard, and I thought, "Oh man, we're in it." And my buddy, he was not doing well. He was starting to stutter and stammer, and it was like, "Oh, you can't trip me up, Al, buddy. Don't do this to me."
Now, are you sure Carrie Beth didn't call in advance?
Well, I got the okay. Hey,
all right, so there you go. As long as you got the okay, that's the thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
whereas, I used to use their putty a lot, their branded putty years ago, and they made their own sanding sticks and stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately, the original owner, he retired and then sold the company, and he passed away not long after. And then it went on to other owners, and unfortunately, those other owners eventually switched, went to a management group, and basically didn't have a clue. I posted on I don't know if I posted on the IPMS or my podcast page, I'll double check, but a gentleman who used to work there had a very interesting 20-minute conversation about the slow demise. And yeah, the classic case of if you don't have management that's interested, they're just going to run it into the ground. And sadly, that's what happened.
Well, some of the stories about the original owner, apparently he was not the best of bosses either.
No, I heard that too. But at least they seem to know how to run the hobby side of it. But yeah, I guess the new one, because I know the last CEO, she had come over from the Franklin Mint, and they were trying to do collectibles and stuff like that. And it was just an absolute disaster. So I'll make sure I post that in. But yep, another stalwart gone there. Any other news people have heard or anything interesting?
News. I have a question. If somebody has something else, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I've been whining at the Grey Butts weekly meetings, whining about this sort of Sparrowhawk thing. I'm getting close to the stage of putting in the flying wires, and I've read about guys who use stainless steel strips, like pieces of stainless steel. Anybody know where to get that stuff?
How big do you want, Jeff?
Well, I mean, lengthwise, diameter, I really don't know, but it'd be small enough to be flying wires on a 1/32 scale Sparrowhawk.
I bought a whole bunch of old piano wire from Classy Chassis a long time ago, and I had that kit, and I was going to use it to do that and some other bi-wings. So I'll go through and I'll private PM you and give you what I have for diameter.
Oh, that'd be great. Great.
Yeah, you could also look at ultra fine guitar strings.
I was just going to say that.
I'd thought about cannibalizing my son-in-law's guitar because he can't play very well anyway.
If you buy a really cheap set, they're not expensive. You're probably looking about $15, and you get, a 40-inch long piece of various diameters. As long as they're not wound, they're solid.
But I think he's looking forward to not hearing his son-in-law playing. So that's a
Well,
double.
that's okay.
bonus.
You can do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you know.
Well, the thing Jeff, the
So
thing about my piano wire is it's straight.
Yeah, and that's the.
You
it's kind
don't
of
have it wound up. You cut it to length, put it in place. There's no sag, no nothing.
Yeah.
The challenge with this is at least two of the wires. I actually have to cut an opening in the wing and in the wheel spat for them to go from where they have to come from to where they go to. And I'm thinking that the piano wire would be a better thing than fishing line or anything else. So
I have this. Oh, I need to get rid of the virtual background first. No virtual background. Okay. I have something like this from China. It's
that looks like it's like easy line kind of stuff. That's the sort.
It's a stainless steel wire, but for dentist.
Oh.
For you know,
Hey,
to
braces.
adjust your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
how would you straighten it?
Just bend it to the opposite direction.
Huh?
Yeah, probably make a jig or something too, maybe.
Yeah, I have this for doing my RC conversion, like build the torsion bar suspension out of it.
I'm getting tons of options here, but Bill, if you're able to find that stuff and it works, I'd be happy to pay you for it.
Actually, no problem. I am going to buy something from China again recently, and if anyone is interested, I will just maybe share my screen and show you what's there on the store, and maybe I can get something for you, like send them here with my stuff, and then send it from via Canada Post to you later tonight.
Yeah, that's an option.
There's also this stuff, guys. This is Albion Alloys. I think they're out of England, but a lot of North American suppliers get this. I'm not sure if FlexiFile carries this stuff or not. I see this at Hamilton all the time. At the Hamilton show, I've seen this stuff, like I've seen a rack of this stuff. One of the vendors has it there. Albion Alloys.
Does that look?
Albion, Albion. And this stuff, I've got a whole bunch of different sizes. This is tubing. They also have really fine wire. Actually, I just happen to have it out for my project I'm working on right now. What's here? So, I mean, they've got 0.4 millimeter tubing with the 0.2 millimeter ID. And then they got 0.1 millimeter like wire and 0.2 millimeter wire.
Those things would be really interesting for a lot of the kind of stuff I'm starting to get into.
Yeah, and this is nickel. This is nickel silver. This stuff
looks like FlexiFile does carry it. Just on a quick Google search, Jeff.
What do you cut it with? Do you just use snips, or do you?
No, I use a really sharp hobby knife or like a scalpel blade, and you just roll the tubing with the blade on there, and it's just like using a tubing cutter, right? But you're just doing it out of by hand, and just carefully roll it, and it'll cut it.
Yeah, interesting.
And hope it doesn't fly away, I guess.
Yeah, that's what you can. Yeah, you can't tape it down because you're rolling it. So.
Yeah, I find if you use like one of the skinnier scalpel blades, you can kind of put your finger over top of the blade and kind of hold the stuff in place while you roll, and when it pops, it doesn't fly away.
Interesting.
I'll put a link in the chat, Jeff, from FlexiFile. They have a whole section there about Albion Alloys.
Yeah. Don't use your nippers to cut the metal either.
No.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, I tried to use one of these saws to do it once, and saw's not much use anymore. I'll tell you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep
no. So Dave's idea is a good one, and you can also buy like small wire cutters, specific for very small wires. Now they're not cheap. But the blade is meant to be cutting metal.
I know Xeron makes some.
The only problem is if you use snips and you're cutting tubing, it's gonna crush the end of the tubing.
Yeah,
exactly.
If
Yeah.
you roll it with the knife, it won't do that. You'll maybe have a bit of a burr. You got to clean up on the inside of the tube, which is really fun when the hole is only 0.2 millimeters. But
I was thinking more of the for the wire itself. For tubing, absolutely. The knife idea is a better one.
I'm not sure if you have electric drill like this, like small drill, polishing
Yeah.
tools. That the tip it rotates, right? And you can pair it with something like this. Those,
Yeah, I used to use those when I was doing HO railways.
Yeah, the Dremel cutoff tool. Yeah.
Cutoff tool.
yeah.
Just for your
And
Dremel.
it puts wire really easy. Tubes,
There you
wires.
go. There you go.
And then you just clean off the burr. There's usually a little bit of a burr from it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks, guys. That was a very good question to ask.
All right. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll stop the formal part of the meeting because we're pretty well done. I'll just stop the recording, but we'll just resume a build night. So just a reminder, we all, on the other Wednesdays of the month, we always have a build night. The Gray Butts, you know, Mike's able to join us, and, you know, sometimes we get a whole bunch of people from different places. We start at 6:30 for that one. And there's always a YouTube link or a Zoom link. I post one to both the Gray Butts page and the IPMS page. And it's always a good time, kind of like this, but just a lot more informal, and we shoot the shit, etc. So I'm just going to stop the recording.